You should have done the intro to me singing Legally Blonde is what should have happened.
I like how we're in the wrong view. Hey, look, it's us.
It could have been me doing the Legally Blonde song to all of our intros. Like, we can just do YouTuber intros. How many YouTuber intros do you know? Do one.
I don't know them.
You don't know any YouTuber intros?
Okay,
Come on.
all right,
Give me
all
one.
right. Here's a YouTuber intro that I remember. I watch a lot of Mario Maker guys, right?
Uh-huh.
So here's Ryu Cars. It's his logo, and it shows up, and it goes. Vroom. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The YouTubers that I watch don't have like crazy intros. They have
not a crazy intro, but like so simply nailogical. Christine goes, "Hello everyone, it's Christine again," and it's like holographic nails, right?
Yeah, see, I can't get on board with that. Like, I get it, but like
you dance every time we turn the camera on. That's our YouTube intro.
Oh no, that's awful. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Welcome back. It's Shandytowne.
Hello.
And we were just talking about how Shane has been listening to the Frozen 2.
Yes, Frozen 2
album in every language known to man and bug and beast.
I mean, yeah. Disney has like YouTube channels for all the different. They have like Disney Asia and Disney Europe or whatever, and then so it's in all the different languages. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like to judge, but I like to know which.
I'm very cultured. Do you know how many languages I listened to the Frozen 2 album in? Frozen.
As a gay man, I will let you know that I watch a lot more foreign films than. I'm literally squirting culture from all of my pores.
Getting rid of that big camera feed. You're gonna start talking about squirting. We're gonna go small version. It's almost like you can forget we're up here.
Demonetized.
We're playing Hollow Knight, and I'm gonna direct you to the place you died last time.
Okay.
I think I know where it is.
This way?
Yeah.
Wait, can't I just pull up the map?
Yeah.
Derp. There it is. I found it.
Yep. Yeah. So it's go find Cornifer, and it's the. Ooh, boy.
Off to a good start.
Welcome back to Hollow Knight.
Hey, it's been.
Oh my God! Just go sit on that bench again.
It's been a while since we played.
I know.
I have to get used to it again.
So real talk. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I mean, I do, but there's a middle zone. Don't make fun of me before I've said my thing.
Continue.
There's a middle zone for streamers between I do this as a hobby and I do this all the time. And I don't understand how you make that transition. Not like we're trying to necessarily, right?
Sure.
But like when you get sick, like I did for the past whole week.
Sure.
And you've got other things in your life. Like, it's so easy to just go an entire, like, week and a half without streaming. Like, it's so easy because it's like, how do you find the time? I don't feel up to it. I don't do anything. Like, it's crazy. And it isn't like not everybody, oh boy, middle zone for streamers. Thanks, Austin. Thank you for giving me a little.
I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. So I'll finish my thought.
It's capitalized.
I just think it's interesting because when, like, depending on how you stream, you need energy. Like, you need to sort of be ready to be there with people and, like, engage and think about the game. And, like, it takes energy to, like, play a game and look at chat and, like... But there are some people who stream and they know that they're, like... Yeah, this is just me. Like, you're just watching me and you're watching it for the gameplay, right? So it's not... I mean, clearly no one's watching us for the gameplay. But
clearly.
Oh, my... Dear sweet Lord Shane.
What?
Nothing at all.
Sweet Lord Shane, that's my name.
I don't know. But if you were one of the type of streamers whose, like, brand is about being energetic.
Sure.
Hey guys, what's up? Right. It's exhausting. And, like, you if you're not a performer in any way, like we tend to do sometimes, right?
Sure.
Like, I think it would be easy to sort of underestimate the amount of energy it is required to, like, just show up and stream for a few hours. Mm-hmm. And so I am impressed because for the last week I thought about streaming Disco Elysium by myself several times, and certainly didn't.
I wish you would have.
I know. I really wanted to, but I just, like, every time I sat down, I was like, I am fucking sapped. I cannot imagine right now. That guy just died for you.
Good.
He was like, this guy needs a little help.
I'm going to die again.
Okay, you're fucked.
That's rude.
Just kidding.
That's rude of you to say.
He wanted to kill you so
Yeah. Whew.
Anyway, that was my only thought. It's tough, but if you rely on streaming for your livelihood, I can, you conjure it because that is your day job.
Sure.
Right? So, like, I understand it from that perspective. But when you're trying to do both, I just don't have the energy all the time. I work all day. I work all day, baby. I work all day. Not all day. I'm part-time right now.
Well, it's easy to do something less when it's a hobby.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
We're wired in America especially to work as hard as we possibly can for the smallest amount of money. But since this, I don't want to say garners no money, but since it is literally $0,
Maybe heal up really fast.
it's easy for us to be like, no.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I mean, $0 until we stream enough that people can start throwing us their Twitch Prime subs, and then we'll be making whole twos of dollars.
I love subs. They're delicious. Not the meatball kinds, though. Those are the gross kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Give me all your delicious, yummy squirt soul.
So I was going to answer you. I'm just going to barrel right over that. I was going to answer you about what Austin said. He said, hey, Andy, can you tell us about Middle Zone for streamers? And it's...
Is it something nerdy?
No, it's for our podcast.
Your podcast.
He was saying that in the way that we do our fake ads to each other on Saturday Morning Tuesdays.
Oh.
So he was pitching me like...
Middle Zone for streamers.
As like a product that I needed to...
Got it.
You
know, like whenever you have
when
you have three streamers and you have to put them all together and twist them.
It's
the streamer that goes in between the other two.
Streamers.
It's like
I like this.
The blue one in the middle of the two red ones.
I like what you've done.
You're welcome.
Isn't this pretty?
Yeah, it's really pretty. Like, I can't handle it. I came all the way here for nothing.
No, you came here for a charm called Joni's Blessing. Who the fuck is Joni? I don't know.
Choni's Blessing.
Choni.
Where is it? Is it this one?
No, it's the one all the way to the right.
Is it this one?
Yep.
Blessed by Choni, a kindly heretic, transfigures vital fluids into blue lifeblood. You will have a healthier shell and can take more damage, but you will not be able to heal yourself by focusing soul. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it turns every mask into a lifeblood mask, and then adds you more. So, like, it gives you more hits that you could... Oh, there's a little ghost. Talk to Joni. Chachi has a better blessing. Fuck
Joni
you, Austin.
And Chachi. Oh, I see you have my little charm thing. I can't remember giving it, but my memory has been a little lacking of late.
And dead. Thanks for the one essence, you stupid ghost.
Oh, that's all it gave me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm stuck here. I have to go all the way back.
I think there's probably a...
Do you think there's a secondary way out?
Yeah. I mean, let's look. Let's look.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Down through there.
Yeah.
No. Go back where you were.
Wait. We're here?
No, all the way up where that thing was. You can.
Oh, I totally can.
Yep, but you don't have soul. Because you used it all trying to blast that ghost.
I always like to blast a ghost, am I right? Casper the blasting ghost.
Ghost blasters!
Blast means sex now. It's 2020.
When there's something strange. Sleeping in your bed.
Sleeping in your bed. Who you gonna call?
Ghost blasters.
You.
I'm gonna have sex with a ghost. Just like Kesha.
We're gonna get demonetized again.
They're gonna start taking money from our wallet.
Have you ever seen Be Kind Rewind?
No, actually.
Have we talked about this before?
No.
That's my favorite version of the Ghostbusters song. Is Jack Black going, when you're walking down the street and you see a little ghost, who you gonna call Ghostbusters? And like, it's ridiculous.
Let's pull up the big version of the map because we now need to figure out where the hell to take you.
I always pull out the big version. Thank you.
Is that when? Is this the button? God, is that what you're? Is that what they say to you?
That's what
Shane.
Dora says.
Stop wasting time and pull out the big version.
Ew! Why is today gross? Why is today so gross?
Sorry, I shimmied my way off screen. Ghostbusters.
Stay out. Ghost blasters.
I said blasters. Okay.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Did I say blusters?
No, you said.
I did not say
You
busters.
said normal busters. What is that? That's where we have to go.
Well, that's one of the places we have to go.
Why is it marked now? That's weird.
So last session, when you
I got
found
the
the
dreamer
graves, the dreamer graves, and then like the moth saved you from the world they trapped you in, and yeah, so it now shows you the location of the 3 dreamers. So these 3, are you laughing about Cornifer or are you laughing about Austin? Austin's gross blasters.
Yeah, for sure.
So the dreamers, just to give you a reminder of what the lore is happening right now. Hollow Knight is essentially entombed forever.
Yes.
And the seal on his thing is being maintained indefinitely by 3 powerful bugs who sort of gave up the rest of their lives to also sleep indefinitely, and using the powers and like through dreams they're like keeping these seals active forever.
Idiots.
But the seals are weakening. And so, that's kind of what's up. So you need to whatever you decide to do, there's a bad ending and a true ending.
Where does this elevator go?
Good question. It goes to.
Doesn't it go like up here?
No. So what's interesting is that you have a stag station that is over there already. So it's the resting grounds. So it's that place where the grave was and the moth was. But we never found Cornifer, I guess, to buy the. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we don't have the map for it.
But also, we can get to this one by going just down. Just bloop, bloop, bloop down.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be the quickest way to go.
Oh my god, there's some shit down here too?
Yeah, Deep Nest is a.
Oh, I haven't gotten.
Yeah, we gotta go to Deep Nest. That may be what we do today, but let's take a look at. Let's look around a little bit. This is just thrilling sitting in the map, but.
Holy poop.
We should go to the resting grounds.
You always bring thrills to my life.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway.
We should probably go to the resting grounds first, just to make sure that we can find the map and fill that in, because that's annoying as shit. So let's make our way out of here, probably up and around, and go to Dirtmouth, and then use the stag station.
Up and around Dirtmouth, Stag Station, there.
Yeah.
Crossroads? We're going to Crossroads?
Resting station, resting grounds. It's not on the map, but you have a stag station.
Oh. Okay. Let's do it. Let me kill some of these little dudes. How come I haven't found any fun secrets, like, to give me more masks?
You have.
I have gotten 1 mask so far this playthrough.
Yeah, there's only,
Don't you have, like, 11?
No. You only get 9, I think.
Okay.
You have 6?
I do.
Maybe you only get 8. Regardless, I think you...
Sorry.
8 masky masks.
He's a treasure. He's a national treasure.
Count? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, count.
National Treasure's a good movie.
Don't you ever. How dare you?
Where do you stand on Nicolas Cage?
Where do I stand on him?
Yeah.
Normally on top, but I'm good for either way.
But are you doing it in a mean way? Austin has 8 right now, so I think you can get 9. I like how I just made an assumption that Austin didn't have everything. But I've also watched him play a little bit, so like I know that he's not done. So I'm sure that you can get 9. No, where do you stand on Nicolas Cage? Do you
Austin
like him?
having 8 is pretty hot, actually. I'm sorry, what?
Do you? Do you like Nicolas Cage? That's my question.
Do I like him?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Cool.
I would like to give you a better answer than I don't know, but I'm confused as to the context of the question, and like it's not necessarily going to change my answer. I don't have a problem with Nicolas Cage, but I also don't have a problem laughing at him for making The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh yeah.
Or like,
oh yeah.
Like and people get all like, here's a good word, hyphy. Am I allowed to use that word?
I mean, if it's 2007.
So people get all hyphy about him, like, for certain things, but that bitch made a paycheck to wave his arms around in front of a green screen and pretend to care about a child. So
yeah, no, that's true. Here's my thoughts on the matter. I think he's dope. I think he's so fun. I don't actually like.
Excuse me.
Ooh, big coughs.
Yeah.
I don't like.
I don't think he takes himself too seriously, which is nice.
That's also true. But he does things in a way that no one else does them, and I find that fascinating to watch. He's so weird. He's like a chaotic monster. Like, you put him in a movie,
so
and
is
it's
Keanu
like,
Reeves. Like, how come he and Keanu Reeves aren't in movies together?
I don't know. That would be so great. But I think, like, what I love. Okay, so here's my perfect example of loving Nicolas Cage. Have you seen the movie Kick-Ass?
So close. Yeah.
So he plays Big Daddy in that, and there's a scene where, because I don't know if you've seen this movie, but there's a scene with him. He and Kick-Ass are captured. They're tied up by a whole bunch of bad guys, and Hit Girl, Nicolas Cage's daughter, has to show up and save them. And of course, Hit Girl is a hilariously, extremely violent little girl.
Child, yes.
And Big Daddy has trained her as such. And so he's sitting there, and they've set a fire, and like Nicolas Cage is on fire. Like, this is like what's happening. He's in his ridiculous suit. He's on fire. And he's like, "Now, child!" And like she comes in and she does this. She drops a strobe light and like starts just destroying everybody, and it's all in slow motion, and it's crazy. And he's burning, and he has this delivery of a line that no one else would have chosen to do this way. And I guess they I don't know if it's an ad lib or they wrote it in this way, but his line is "Now switch to kryptonite." And nobody even fucking knows what that means, but I guess it's like a code phrase for her, like, you know, he's giving her instructions. But he says, "Now switch to kryptonite!" And he's burning alive. He's like, "To kryptonite!" And it's like my favorite thing in the whole world. This man is insane. Like, I don't understand your acting choices. It's so bananas. This man is bananas, and I would watch him forever. You
gotta make those big choices, BB.
God, he's so great. Shit, I love it. Anyway, that's my little thing. Get the Warrior Grave pins. I'll show you where the dream bosses are. You don't have to get it if you want. That's useful. The trees.
That tells you where the trees are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pointless.
That is pointless, I remember. I was thinking maybe we wanted to get this.
Ooh, you want some markers?
Well, I remember how I vehemently was like, I
Yes.
never use markers, I
Yes.
don't use markers, and blah, 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 blah,
I do.
blah.
I do. I remember that.
So the reason why is because normally when I play a game, I destroy it very close together, and this is a little more spread out.
Uh-huh.
A little more. That's not what that means in sign language.
Shaka.
Don't shaka.
Shaka, brah.
You're appropriating my culture.
I know.
That belongs to Hawaii. How dare you?
I've been to Hawaii. I'm basically.
Okay. You can use them to mark interesting spots.
Yeah. No. If you want to get markers, you feel like you go ahead and get markers. There's nothing. This is your game.
It is my game. Let's do it.
All right. So let's look at the map now, because you actually just bought the.
I did buy the map.
Which is awesome. So let's.
I have to do this first to update it.
Now let's peek.
Boop. This button.
Nope.
Nope. This button.
Yep.
Yep. I'm a pro gamer. I look at the controller when I do the thing.
Yeah.
What's
so
that
there's.
tubey? What is that?
That's a tram.
Oh, and where's the tram go?
Well, it just goes right over to the left. There's another tram station that we just never walked into. Maybe it was blocked off.
I don't understand why they just.
Yeah, they're horizontal connections. So
But why? It's just one. It's just it goes from Forgotten Crossroads to Resting Grounds.
Yeah, but there's 4 trams on the map.
Oh, why?
Because
We already have stag stations.
Yeah, but they don't go everywhere. Some of them are more convenient. Also, some of them unlock areas. If you'd never been to the resting grounds through either direction, and you found the tram key, the tram pass in Deep Nest first, then you can come back to Forgotten Crossroads and be like, oh, I remember there was a tram there, and use that and go in and be like, what's the rest? What are the resting grounds? And you it's another way in. But there's more to it than that. So if you go down,
there's a dreamer there.
Oh yeah, also the trams have benches. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So the trams have benches in them that you can sit on. But below here, there's a tram that there's a whole area off to the right.
Over here?
Yeah, to the right of King Station and underneath, called the Kingdom's Edge.
I want to go there.
And there's another zone. There's a chunk of that zone that you can't get to unless you take the tram, I think. Anyway, the tram's pretty cool. We
should go fill in the map today.
Yeah. So if you want, we can go straight to King's Station, and then we can go look around in Kingdom's Edge.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's got some tough enemies. Deep Nest has been found. We know about it. We walked in, but it's kind of if you decide to go do Deep Nest, we should do the whole thing in one go.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you can do it.
Wait, why?
Well, there's no the stag station in Deep Nest is all the way at the end of the zone. So you got to push all the way through it to get the stag station. And while you're in it, there's only one bench, I think, that's easy to get to. And so you're sort of it's a tough zone with a bunch of bad enemies. And so when you're in there, you're well, I could trudge through the enemies that suck to get out of the zone, or I could trudge through the enemies that suck to finish the zone. So you may as well finish it. So it's kind of a thing that you want to do. And then when we get there, we can do the Dreamer. We can do Hair of the Beast and make that happen. So if you want to, we can do that today. But since you were interested in the other thing, we can go straight to the bottom.
Get in there.
Go to jump up through here.
Up here?
Yeah.
Shut up. You're so smart.
Oh yeah. I mean, Madeline, this is my favorite game of all time. I don't have everything about it memorized, but clearly I do on some of it. I mean, there have been multiple times while watching.
I got the charge move.
Yeah, boy. But while watching Shane, I'm I think this is that charm, and then he picks it up and it is, and I'm I play this game too much. And so I don't know. I love it. I'm not surprised that people are still discovering it and still falling in love with it, because it is beautiful. It's wonderful. So, you can get through here by swimming.
Ew. Okay, I don't have a map for this one, right?
Nope. Yeah.
I forgot those even existed.
Uh-huh. If Fuck Deep Nest is right, it's great. I love it. But once you do it, I don't really want to go back.
That was some bullshit.
It's almost not worth running away from them. I mean, it is, but you gotta just sort of trigger them as little as possible and get the fuck out. Thankfully, they make sound, so you know when they're gonna be there. And also, because they can't turn too fast, getting height on them is good. Yeah. All right, so this is Kingdom's Edge. So we are here.
cute. Look at this cute fat boy.
Yeah. He won't attack you, so he's easy soul.
Good. I need that after that
Debacle.
Oh, look. That was cute. I have a question.
Yeah.
Where was this place over here leading up?
You can't go to it right now. It'll go to a locked door. So if you want to fill it in on your map, go over there, just so that we remember it. But it'll be a dead end immediately.
Okay, great. Let's get that dead end. Let's do it.
So this leads to the
padded room.
Yeah, this leads to the Tower of Love.
Gross.
And you need a special key to get in here through a different entrance.
Okay.
And that key you can't get until like you're 2/3 to 3/4 done with the game, and you have access to an area called the Queen's Gardens and an ability to use the shade cloak. There's like a whole series of things that you need to be able to get to this area where the key is, and then in there is an optional boss that I really like.
About love. It's all centered around love and stuff.
Strangely, the boss is not centered around love. The area looks like, I don't know. It's tough to say exactly what's going on in the Tower of Love. It looks like, you know, bug fucking zone, but there's no actual. That's not happening in there. Like there's no love in there. Just a lot of padding and pillows. But the bad guy in there, he's a fun optional boss who at some point we will play. Assuming we keep this playthrough going. Like I don't know how much you want to.
I'm beating this game.
Tight. Okay. So one of the things that
Shandytowne is known for me beating games.
Oh
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I want to. Oh yeah, you can't go through here. Can't swim in the acid. Womp womp. That's the Tower of Love.
Don't need money. Don't need fame. Don't need these buggy boys to ride this train.
Yeah,
okay.
All the way to the bottom is a good call,
nice,
but there
nice,
is
nice.
Heal, please.
Super good. P.S. Buggy boys was a good, fun little word that I made up in my mouth.
I liked it. God.
How much stress are you always under while you play this game?
Always, so much.
It's funny. What's in the background? What's that? Oh, it's another dead thing?
Yeah, a lot of dead things. So the dead things falling from above are...
Oh my god, come on.
Corpses falling from above are like a clue, I guess. Like if you want to go all the way up, you'll find the Coliseum of Fools, which you've seen me play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
These guys suck, by the way.
Now the moment we've been waiting for.
I mean, he should get Isma's tier, but I've like,
what is that?
Immediately forgotten the way to get in there right now. Like I don't remember how to get there, and I know that there's a way from Kingdom's Edge, but I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, these guys suck.
I get lots of soul from them.
You do.
I'm cool with it.
And money.
I'm
Look
cool.
at that money.
I'm cool with it, bro.
Look at that money, that funny money.
Llama, he's supposed to be dead. Essence of llama.
Ooh, nice.
Do you know the first ever audition that I ever did in my whole life? I'm just gonna die here while I tell you this story, don't worry. Sure wish my co-host would talk a little bit.
Okay, it's not a boss.
I'm just kidding. The first ever audition that I did in my whole life, I did Isma's box monologue from the Emperor's New Groove when I was like 15.
Nice.
Because I couldn't do theater at my high school. The drama teacher told me I was too fat to do drama. So I went to...
That's cool.
Yeah. So
and real nice.
So I went to Big Fork.
Because there aren't fat people in movies or anything.
Yup. So I don't know if you...
I know Big Fork.
Yeah, you know Big Fork. So they do like a children's theater in the school year.
Mm-hmm.
So they pull from the local schools or whatever. And it was like probably like a 25-minute drive every day after school. Worth it.
Nice.
Because I did theater there.
Well, yeah.
I did a
They
show.
let you do the thing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we got Austin playing Hollow Knight.
Uh-oh. Audrey's like, fuck Eddie, trying to pretend that I don't have all this stuff. I'm gonna take my 8 out and I'm gonna go play some Hollow Knight.
One thing I want to tell you right now,
Yeah.
I can fill you in on some Hollow Knight community memes. Those little flying boys that shoot the 3 at once, they're called primal aspids. And the number of memes that are like, you know, trying to rate all the bosses in this game from easiest to hardest, etc. The number of people who put primal aspid as the hardest boss in the game is hysterical. Those things kill you more than, like, when there are 2 primal aspids.
Well, but those 3 things go in random patterns.
They don't go in random patterns.
But even if they don't go in
the
random...
middle one always goes to where you are, and the other 2 go to probably where you're gonna jump.
Okay.
That's what sucks.
Regardless.
Yeah, like, it's terrible. And so everyone hates them. They're like some of the hardest. When there's at least 2 of them shooting at you at the same time, they're like some of the hardest enemies in the game. For no reason other than the fact that you just kind of spaghetti your way into getting hit by one of their blasts, and it sucks.
In manufacturing, when you work in manufacturing, they do this thing called a spaghetti graph.
Okay.
To show like movement of employees. So they'll graph your movement for a whole day, and they'll do a spaghetti chart.
Fun.
Yeah. This is just a fun terminology you made me think of. I like spaghetti. Just in general.
Oh, it is connected through Royal Waterways. So now that we have the, so Austin opened the game so that he could find out how to get Isma's tier for us. So the
cheats,
not cheats, just experience shared between friends.
Gross.
You're gross. But the way that we do it is now that you have the like launch yourself, you know, sort of fly ability.
My favorite.
Your favorite thing
ability.
in the world.
Yes.
Now that you have that, there's a spot in the bottom right corner of the Royal Waterways that was just a big pool of acid that was like a dead end that we did find at some point. But now you can launch over it and we can go get Isma's tier if you are so inclined.
What is that? What is
Isma's tier lets you swim in the acid.
Yes, I want that.
And I know it's very useful and important. Oh, look, 2 primal aspids. And there's a 3rd one up there, so maybe, you know.
Oh, great.
They will follow you relentlessly.
Good.
So, just...
That's what I want. I want them to come out here. Because I'm just not going to jump. That's probably the secret, right?
I mean, yes and no.
The secret is to kill it.
No, I like what you're doing. It's legit.
Poop trash. Poop trash!
Yes! Okay. You don't have to go to the right if you don't want. All that's over there and up to another primal aspid is a pit of spikes and grub. So if you want the grub,
I don't.
Go to the right.
I don't care about the grub father at all.
I mean, the thing is...
You know how I feel about it. You know how I feel about it, that he would be out there getting his children.
I do understand. And I get it. I really do.
What do you get if you get all the grubs?
It's not about getting all the grubs, because that's not as good of a reward as getting some of the grubs, which is pale ore, which is how you upgrade your
the nail.
So getting enough grubs, he'll give you a pale ore. And getting enough essence, I think it's 500 maybe, will have the moth woman give you a pale ore.
Okay, great. And then I can upgrade my nail.
Yeah.
Honey, I can upgrade
There's
my nail.
also a pale ore that you can get for doing the 2nd tier of the Colosseum.
Okay.
But that's really tough. And there's a pale ore that you can get from the DLC boss, Nightmare King Grim. Actually, it's not, I don't think it's Nightmare King Grim. I think it's whatever the troop leader Grim or whatever. The not as hard version. The first version you fight of Grim. See, these guys suck. You avoid them and you jump, and that's where they'll hit you. Oh my god.
I knew it was there. Don't worry, Andy. I knew what I was doing.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Did you notice that I waited? I waited to zoom across because
Yes.
I knew it was there. Oh, I tried to check it out. Where's Corner?
You'll find him.
BB.
Oop. Well, this is the right way to go.
This was the part that I couldn't swim in last time.
That's correct. From the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's correct.
That's
That's correct. I'm still Pat. Angriest Pat. Shout out to Angriest Pat. I'm you sometimes, and it's terrible.
Every time you say that way, it makes me think of Cockroach Guy from Men in Black. Like, sugar.
Oh, you mean Vincent D'Onofrio?
I don't know his name. I don't know people.
Did you? Oh,
you
boy.
son of a poop nug!
Oh, no.
Oh, so close!
Yeah, you really can't just go right there to heal.
Andy, shush!
You have to go somewhere else to heal.
Listen, I hear your sass and you turn it off. No way.
Yep.
I thought I sat on the one at the other one.
Nope. There was no other one. You didn't pass a bench.
No, when I went to the King Station, I passed one,
well,
right?
King Station. That's just a cutscene away. So like, that's fine. Do you want to go get Isma's deer instead? You didn't have that many, Geo. Like 300 and some.
Do you just get it from doing the thing?
Well, I mean, it's a little area you need to get through, but
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. I don't have to pay for it.
Right.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Ripperoonie indeed. R.I.P. Rip. Rip you. Lol. Okay.
Fuck off, Andy. Where are we going?
King Station again.
Okay.
You're trash. You are trash. You're not trash. I like watching you play.
I'm trash.
I like watching you play because you are good at games, and you are good at this game, but you have you're gonna take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You have the panic response that makes for me getting like it's fun to watch because sometimes you just panic and it's like the controller explodes and it's hilarious. I do like that.
So
I do that too. Like nobody is immune to that.
Well, watching Paul play, if I don't get my shade, then I won't be able to get enough soul. Watching Paul play that game we're playing, Breath of the Wild, it's the same thing. Where suddenly I'll just hear him go, and I'm like, hey, you're not doing anything.
That's nothing.
You just
that's
like
nothing, Paul.
Wait for them to attack and parry.
You want to try? If you want to try one time to go get your stuff back, let's try and do a quick run.
No, it's fine. Where am I going? Just down?
Over to the Royal Waterways. So over.
So does it matter up or down?
No, you do have. Well, not really. There is an exit.
If I go
this way.
here, I can fly. Go! Okay. Okay.
Now you can fly. That does not pause the game.
I know that.
I just really didn't want you to get hit by that guy. They're terrible.
Should I go underneath?
No. Straight through. Hopefully Isma's tier won't be too tough to get to.
Hey, I don't know if I told you this yet, but they're releasing DLC for Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh, I do know about this. Yes.
So we're gonna revisit it?
No. No. No, see, that's a no from me, dog.
You know, it's real. I'm excited. You know what, actually,
I
I'm
love
excited
saying
for.
memes on our stream.
We're a meme stream. Steam.
No, what were you going to say?
Steam. I can't believe you just said steam.
I can. I'm trash.
I'm
utter disgusting trash.
The new Pokemans. The Pokemon DLC.
Oh. Yeah.
Everyone was like, they're not gonna do that. They're just not gonna put the Pokemon in the Pokédex. And I was like, you guys are dumb. That's the business model. The business model.
But the Pokemon in the Pokédex is a free DLC. You don't have to pay for that.
Exactly.
I just think it's stupid that they were like, what gets me? Yes, you'll go down here. I don't even have any skin in this game. I didn't buy these games. I did not buy it at all.
Of course.
But yeah, so we're going.
I don't know why I looked over here. I was like looking at my screen, like, what's the map? There's that.
Yeah, so we're gonna go there.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, the far bottom right corner.
Far bottom right corner.
Yeah, so you'll go straight down from here.
Okay.
And then over to the right and through the loopy. Anyway,
tell me your feels, because I also have feels.
No skin in the game, but the fact of the matter is that the only thing that'll get gamers pissed off at you more than putting out a bad product or making a choice that they don't like is lying to them about it first, and then having that come out. Like, what they said was that they weren't putting those characters in the game
because of the model.
Because of the models,
Yeah.
because of blah, blah, blah.
So many reasons.
So many reasons. Only for them to just put them in as a free DLC update, like a couple months after the game comes out.
Sure.
Just is like, what, either you caved and quickly figured it out, or you were always planning on doing this, but you weren't sure, and so you just, like, gave shitty reasons and lied. And all that served to do was make your fans, your, like, hardcore fans, like, super pissed at you on social media for months. Like, what was, like,
Well,
clearly the benefit of just saying we're planning on getting these out eventually, but they won't be there day one, would have been so much more than what they actually did.
sure.
That's what I don't understand. The communication strategy seems just bananas and backwards to me.
So that was the thing. I don't think that anyone on the communication team actually had anything to do with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what happened was because I have watched that interview, right? I have watched all those things.
Totally.
And so I actually think what happened was that person, the director or whatever, wasn't sure how to address. Like, a lot of people talk about how there were problems in, like, translation and communication or whatever.
No, that's not this way.
You know, I just wanted to,
Oh,
that's
okay.
a dumb defender.
Yeah.
And which is understandable, and, like, to an extent, I would agree that, yeah, sure, things don't translate perfectly. That's fine. So maybe the question was different, or maybe the answer was actually a little different than whatever. I don't speak things.
Sure.
But the thing is, like, they let it go on. That's the part about it that bothers me the most. Because, like, as soon as someone in marketing or anyone on the communications team who works on those games was like, wait a second, that's not the truth, right? Like, let's come up with, like, a strategy to
let's plan.
Like, maybe get rid of this, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know that maybe, like, the artistic director, the executive director, or whoever was like, well, it doesn't really matter, and just give them an answer until this happens, because it doesn't matter anyway since we're Nintendo. Fuck it. Right.
And it's
And that was the worst part, was that it was like, we're Nintendo, they're gonna buy our shit no matter what.
Yeah.
So who cares if we told the truth or not?
And perhaps there was, you know, a possibility that perhaps there was a possibility that, okay.
I did not mean to do that.
Heel.
I didn't mean to do that.
Look at these gross flukes. There could have been a possibility that there was like, you know, a way that the Pokemon were not gonna be able to make it in, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe they didn't want to commit to saying one way or the other because they didn't want to overpromise and then not be able to give it.
Sure.
But they didn't just not say anything about it. They didn't not comment. They said it wasn't happening, and they gave reasons.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, even like, maybe that guy didn't, like, understand. I mean, not that he wouldn't understand, but even that guy was like, well, I'll just say something, right? Like, I have to answer this question because I can't.
Cool. So that's the, like, indicator that's like, hey, remember that power you got in the Crystal Caves? So now do your big blast from that stand. No, from the place where the crystal is. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. And don't turn it off. Let it go. There you go. Cool. At the end of this, okay, yeah, this is a little platforming section. At the end of this, you will get Isma's Tear.
From here.
Indicators. It's like a Mario Maker level, or a good Mario Maker level.
Yay, the ones that poof up.
Yep.
I like these ones. I don't know what I was doing. I was like, I have time.
I have all the time in the
I
world.
have plenty of fucking time. Plenty of pooping time.
I can poop real fast. love rancid eggs.
Give me your nasty egg.
Hey girl, you got one of those nasty eggs?
Hey girl,
You better give me that nasty egg.
let me suck on that nasty egg.
Oh. Never say that again, please.
I'm done. I can't.
You know better than to say that sort of thing. Shane, you're a disappointment to me.
Look, now there's like vines growing and shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only those who prove their honor in combat may enter the grove beyond. The Defender.
The D Defender?
Yep.
Oh.
Defending the D
I
since
have to-
1943.
Wait, do I have to beat him again? Speaking
No,
of
not the
D, this
Defender.
totally looks like a D.
Ooh, it does.
That's a big old D.
You do not have to beat the Dung Defender again.
Okay, great. What's over here?
Just another way back. I think you'll be able to go through this when we come back. Because we're going to have to come back the same way. Maybe? I don't know.
Remember that time I hit a switch and it changed a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, it's this area.
Okay.
You wouldn't have been able to traverse this area if you hadn't hit the switch.
Why it would be all full of acid?
Yep, too much acid.
Okay.
Okay. So something Austin and I have laughed about before that I still laugh about. Have you ever watched The West Wing?
Yeah, of course. Every season.
Okay.
Twice.
So, you know...
I don't remember any of it. I listened to it mostly.
Danny Buchanan, the reporter. So my favorite thing about him, and to a lesser extent, Bradley Whitford playing Josh Lyman, is that they have this like weird New Englandism. I don't even know. Maybe it's just them, where they say the word okay, especially Danny Buchanan. Oh, I think you're gonna have to fight stuff here. They say the word okay, but it comes out okay. It's like okay.
Okay.
Danny's like okay. And it's so weird, and if you know to listen for it, it's everywhere in the West Wing. It's so strange.
Aha! I remember you.
Well, we didn't sit on a bench, so I don't want to like put extra pressure on you. But
Why are you gonna say stuff like that? Can you talk about the West Wing?
no.
Tell me about your favorite episode of the West Wing, please.
Ooh, I can do that. So my favorite episode of the West Wing is the one where you died and we are back at King Station because we didn't sit on a bench down here. Oh,
Was there a
God.
bench down there?
Well, there is one, yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
But it's not like
Keep going.
super near Isma's tier.
Great.
I don't know if it's Shibboleth. The one where Toby Ziegler finds the veteran, like sleeping out on the street,
Okay.
and like I think he's dead. Like he finds a dead homeless person, and the one where he dies, it goes back to King Station. Yeah, it's a great episode of West Wing. But like Toby finds the dead homeless guy and realizes he's a vet, and like goes to great lengths to find out who he was and like locate his, his brother who's also homeless, and like give him a proper funeral and this like a military funeral and all sorts of other stuff. Like I love Toby. He's before the later seasons when they kind of flanderize him. Well, they don't flanderize him. They give him new character traits that don't make sense in the writing. They make him a bit of a villain, which is like story villain, not like actual villain.
Yeah.
Which I really don't appreciate. But early, like first half of West Wing, Toby is the heart of the show, like fully. I adore him and everything that happens with him. And I really like that episode. And I don't know if it's the same one, but I think it's near that one where his brother is, like Toby's brother, is up in space because he's an astronaut.
Yeah.
And like there's trouble with the
Right here in River City.
yeah, there's trouble with it, but like the way the story is told is fun because we don't really fully know what's going on for a while. It's like told in like flashback, like 2 days ago, like 1 day ago, and they don't know about they don't know about what's happening because there's some problem with the shuttle or whatever that he's on, and they need to get it down. And it's like, yeah, there's, you know, they've got a plan. They're gonna get it down, but like, Toby's so locked down emotionally that it's really he's such a good performance where he's clearly so worried about it, but like also ashamed because he forgot that he was up there. He forgot his brother was up in space. Mm-hmm. Like he's like, yeah, I forgot he was even up there. And he's like really ashamed about it. And
very distraught.
Like the whole cast gets like really invested, but like quietly, like a really cool, quiet, like realistic investment in like finding out if his brother's gonna be okay. And it like gets to the point where, you know, they're like doing, like the president's doing a speech, and like at the end they find out he's okay, and like Josh like rushes in and like stands next to the teleprompter and gives like a little like symbol or whatever, and like to the president to let him know Toby's brother's okay. Like, I don't know, that show can be really like, yeah, the plane symbol, that show can get very liberal wish fulfilling and like moral wish fulfilling about like, man, it would be nice if people really were this like well-meaning all the time.
Oh, for sure, especially in politics.
But like that kind of story moment where like everyone has so much invested in like making sure Toby's brother is okay, and they're like feeling it and they want to know, like, I don't know, that stuff really gets to me, and I love that. And it's just a bonus for me that it's with Toby, because I love Toby so hard. So those are like my favorite moments in West Wing. I don't know if, and you said you've watched all of it. I don't know if you have any favorites.
I listened to all of it twice.
Because the cinematographer wouldn't just be fucking mortified to know that someone watched and consumed the entire show and never saw their part of the artwork.
Okay.
Because television is something you can listen to.
Hey, Andy, do you want to know something? You're being really rude.
No, you're...
Number two, Andy. Okay. Sometimes 5 years ago, 8 years ago, when I was working as a part-time graphic designer out of my home and working on my computer, someone would put on TV to watch around me while I was working.
Oh, so it wasn't your choice?
So it wasn't my choice.
Okay.
But I rather enjoyed what I heard and then turned my head and watched sometimes.
Fair enough.
Is that good enough for you, Andy?
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Talk about the cinematographer. Cinematographer doesn't know shit about me.
I just think it's really funny. Like, I understand people putting TV on in the background for like Parks and Rec that they've watched 5 times in a row.
Sure.
But there's plenty of people who consume new media that way.
I can't.
And I don't understand. And people who like look at their phones while they're watching TV, I'm like, there is visual storytelling occurring. You aren't getting the whole picture if you listen to this like an audio drama. If it was supposed to be an audio drama, it would be a fucking audio drama. Put your phone away and engage with a piece of art.
Do you think that that's why not enough people like the movie Klaus? Because that movie is brilliant.
It's so brilliant.
Everything,
I love that movie.
everything about that movie is fucking
It's
brilliant.
beautiful, and it's funny, and it's great.
Like, beautiful doesn't even describe
the
use of color and light.
God, it's amazing.
In that movie. Like, just the use of color and light alone is freaking Oscar, Golden Globe, BS worthy.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
It's incredible.
There are moments. There are some really amazing aerial shots of like the city that he goes to, where everything is like these cool blues and whatever, and everything is the gray color because that's like the theme, right? Is that he's essentially spreading kindness one act at a time to this town, right?
Yeah.
And every time he does, more warm colors work their way into the color palette, like on people's roofs or on the light coming in over the hillside. Like, are you kidding me?
I know.
No one tells stories like that anymore.
My favorite, so Saturday Morning Tuesdays, we did watch that show, or that movie, right?
Yes.
So I didn't even really get to talk about this on the podcast, but my favorite visual moment in that whole deal is there's a montage. Ooh, I forgot. This is a shortcut. So if the worst happens, we can do this instead.
Okay. I need to hear your thoughts on what you're about to say.
Oh, I know.
I'm so excited.
So if you go up. So the visual moment in Klaus that I think is the most beautiful thing, there's a montage that occurs near the end, and they've got the little Sami girl whose name I'm now forgetting, Margu, and she has showed up and is trying to get them. She's like trying to tell them what she wants for Christmas, but she doesn't speak English, and
he takes her to the teacher's house.
There is an animated shot that is like, it like starts outside their house looking through the window and like kind of does this like semicircular pan over and like goes through the wall and comes in, and they are like poring over what she's written, and it kind of like things pass in front of the frame and like time passes.
Yeah.
And they're like, they start and it's like, oh, what the fuck is she saying? And then it gets like they're like more comfortable like with each other. They almost look like a little family in a way. Mm-hmm. And they're laughing, and then like it goes over and like whatever the lady character's name is, I'm forgetting now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she's like making them hot cocoa or something, or coffee or something, and he's like poring over her drawings, and they're trying to talk. And it's all lit by like candles, and it's like moody, and like everything is it's like warm but still dark in there. Mm-hmm. And they're like huddled over things. I don't know. It's like I almost used it for our thumbnail for the episode, because it is so just like, I don't know. It's one of the coziest looking things I've ever seen in an animated movie, and it's just like amazing and touches you.
It employs chiaroscuro.
Ooh, does it?
Very, very well.
Does it?
That really intense, deep lighting to pull you into the focal point of what you're supposed to be paying attention to, and it just like draws you into it.
Yeah.
Ugh, so good.
I don't know. I loved that moment. I remember sitting there just being like, damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's so good. Watch that movie.
I don't know what's going on with Eternal Emilitia, but she's been alive for a long time, and she just never leaves her house, and she laughs at you for being outside. She's like, he'll die. That's fine.
Have you ever met them? That's them outside. They're stupid.
But I think she's kind of sad. So yeah, hit the. Oh yeah, this is the. No doubt one will meet its demise at the nails of city guards. I'll outlive you too, little grubs. I did all the others.
Well, she's like rude.
Yeah, she's rude, and she lives a shitty, sad life inside her house and never leaves.
Yeah.
And now we're in the City of Tears. So let's head back down. Oh, unless you want to sit at this bench up here. At King Station again.
I already sat at a bench. I'll just come back.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can do this next. This little gauntlet of enemies. It's not too hard.
Yeah, it'll be fun. There it is.
God, Class is good. I want to watch it again, but it feels weird to watch Christmas movies when it's not Christmas anymore.
It's not. We're close enough still.
We are still close enough.
P.S. I would watch Mixed Nuts any time of the year. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, legit.
Or Scrooged. Watch Scrooged all day too. Can't get these little antlers to stay on the head of this mouse. Have you tried Skittles? Bill Murray.
I love him.
He's also a national treasure.
Yes. Just like the movie. With Nicolas Cage.
What if Bill...
Can we switch to kryptonite?
What if let's talk about National Treasure, since today we're a National Treasure cast. Let's replace Nicolas Cage with other people in National Treasure and imagine how it would go.
With other people in National Treasure?
Yeah.
God, I haven't seen a movie in a long time.
So
who else is in it?
I don't know. But no, I mean, like, let's replace him with other actors.
Oh, other people in his place.
Yeah. So, like, I'll go first.
Okay.
Laura Dern.
Ooh. That'd be kind of fun.
Who's also, like, a National Treasure, P.S.
Yeah. So Laura Dern always has this kind of bookish energy to her.
Yes.
And I feel like she would have really played up the like historian feel of that part.
It'd be very Da Vinci Cody.
Yeah, a little more Da Vinci Cody. She'd spend more time like, pushing up her glasses and leaning in to look at things.
Ooh, yes.
But I don't know that I would. I mean, we've never seen her.
Laura Dern hot, am I right?
So darn hot. But like, what if? Like, is she an action star?
She was in Dinosaur Choppy.
Yeah. So like, but like now,
Jurassic Park.
Now, I didn't even want to. I wasn't even gonna say it because I knew what you were talking about. No, heel. Yeah, no, I think that's legit. I think, but like now Laura Dern would be interesting to see. Because it's not like she's old, but she's definitely older. But I mean, if Tom Hanks can still do those like Angels and Demons movies until he was the age when the last one came out, then I think that anybody...
How old is he when the last one came out?
God, I don't know. Because it wasn't that long ago.
Try not to get back into...
Did Inferno... Did they make an Inferno movie? That's the like most recent Dan Brown, Rob Langdon book. The character.
I'm gonna die again, just so you know. Sorry.
Just normal enemies.
I know, but I just get overwhelmed, Andy.
Get that panic. Get that panic.
No,
mode.
I'm not in panic.
Well,
mode.
you were standing inside the enemies more often than you were standing away from the enemies. I'm just gonna be shady at you until
be on my team.
I'm on your team. I want you to win. I really do.
Why can't you just play in the space with me, Andy?
I don't know. It's probably easiest if we use that shortcut again. The one that you just unlocked, the City of Tears.
Why? I'm like right here.
No, you're not like right here. We have to go all the way through that thing and across and over. Because the bench is super far away. That's why I was asking if you wanted to sit at the King Station again, because we unlocked that shortcut that takes you right to the end of where you want to be. To City of Tears.
Okay.
So let's just go up. It's just gonna be easier. It's not gonna take long. I think it's to the left.
Ugh. No!
Though I can't remember. We'd have to look at them. Oh, it's just straight up.
Just straight up, yeah?
Yep. They did make a movie of Inferno. It came out in 2016. And let's see how old Tom Hanks is.
Tom Hanks is 70. No, he's 63.
Tom Hanks is 63. So in 2016, he would have been 60. So if a 60-year-old man can do essentially a thriller, slightly action movie, then Laura Dern can fucking do it.
Laura Dern better push up them glasses, Henny.
So here's my suggestion. So hold on. Austin
sleeves.
says, I love that character, Da Vinci Cody. Just wanted us to hear that.
Sometimes Austin.
Yeah, sometimes. No shit.
Boy, you're lucky you're cute.
Okay. So my suggestion of who to put in instead of Nicolas Cage into National Treasure.
Am I going the right way?
Yep. Just go straight to the right. It's one of the ground floor doors that's by those like big patrolling dudes.
Great.
My suggestion is Danny DeVito. How does that work?
It'd just be him gross in like a wife beater rolling around on the ground being like, I don't know, just making noises like with a, oh my God. I would watch that.
Me too.
And it would just, Trevor Noah.
Austin says National Trevor starring Trevor.
But Trevor Noah though.
Yeah.
I'd watch a Trevor Noah National Treasure.
Yeah, but I feel like he wouldn't buy into all the like, you know, conspiracy theory woo-woo of those movies.
No. What about Emma Stone?
No,
So
I
bad.
reject that notion. I reject it entirely.
You don't like Emma Stone?
That door. I like Emma Stone, but I liked her more when I thought she had more potential.
Yeah, she could do like a bad tap dance.
Yeah. You know, I don't mean to be that shady
Wait,
about
should I
Emma
have sat
Stone.
at a bench up there? Should I go sit at that King Station bench?
Yeah, let's do that. Just in case you die again. Which might happen. So, I don't mean to be super shady about Emma Stone.
No, be shady about Emma Stone because
That-
I think she made me real mad in that movie and it should have been a Broadway actress instead.
Well, 100%. I think that she has been good in several things, right? What's that? Just keep going straight to the right.
I could make it. I thought I could make it. No, why have you done this to me, Andy? Okay, anyway. keep talking
Don't
about-
even fucking do that.
Would you please be shady to Emma Stone? Take my mind off of this.
She was good in a couple things. She was good in that movie, which I can't remember the name of.
13 going on Emma.
No. It's the period piece in where the maids.
The period piece of the Made in Manhattan.
Oh my god. I swear to God.
Wait, Made in Manhattan is a national treasure. J-Lo. J-Lo could be a national treasure.
Okay, we can't do that until we finish talking about Emma Stone. So, all right.
The Help.
Thank you. God, why? If you knew the answer.
I didn't.
Oh, Austin did. Okay. She's good in The Help, and she's good in Easy A.
Yeah. Ooh, she is good in Easy A.
So, so when those movies came out, where are you? What are you? What are you?
I'm going over here. I'm going back to the shortcut.
I know. I meant falling straight into the enemy like an impatient, crazy person.
It really sounds like I'm talking to Paul when you say things like that to me. It's really funny. I'm like, you can't just run into the Phantom Gannons and stuff. You have to wait for it to attack and then shoot it in the eyeball. And he's like, but I want to attack it. And I'm like, you can't get 17 hits. You can get a hit, and then you have to run away. As he's yelling and throwing the controller.
I mean, it's always easier to backseat game.
Yeah, it is.
But
Andrew. Anyway, continue.
When those movies came out, and I was like, she seems dope, and then she's doing interviews, and she seems like a cool person, I was like, I'm on board with Emma Stone. When more movies come out with Emma Stone in them, and I realized that she ain't got much beyond what she showed in those first couple movies, I soured on her. I was like, you aren't really that versatile, are you?
You were like, oh, you one-trick pony.
Yeah, she's a bit of a one-trick pony, which is not to say that those are it's a bad trick. I like her, but I don't think that she's as castable everywhere as you ought to be, you know. And nobody has to be castable everywhere. I just think she's more limited than I initially hoped in her.
I pushed the wrong button.
Oh boy.
I pushed the wrong button.
Oh boy.
There wasn't anything over here?
No.
I just got F'd?
Yeah. You got F.
No reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you decided to do that when we're trying to get back to the shade, but speaking of shade, I'm throwing some.
You are.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, so the whole Emma Stone thing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
So I don't know. So I would never see her as the lead in an action movie, for instance. Right? And I'm not saying National Treasure is a fully action movie, but it's more of one than Da Vinci Code is. It has lots of chase scenes and,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't see her doing that. I see Emma Stone as the, you know, awkward one who wants to talk to the camera about how annoying it is to insert XYZ. You know? And, like, you're like, it is annoying to XYZ. You're so relatable. I don't see her as a, you know, like, don't you dare put a Franco as an action lead? Yeah, exactly. No, thank you. Some people just don't. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I like Francos as action people. Oh my god. Why do I have long nail if it's not long?
Well, okay, but why do you attack while they're attacking? You can't go nail for nail on them. I'm not actually judging that hard. I'm trying to help. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I don't know. Yes, Laura Dern. No, Emma Stone. Yes, Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I would
no
watch,
James and/or Dave Franco.
I would watch Danny DeVito so hard in that movie.
National Treasure. Yeah. National Treasure 3, The Boys Hole. Nailed it.
Troll Told Treasure.
National Troll Hole.
Nash Trolinal. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't care.
I'm proud of you. You did the thing.
Thanks.
You got through.
Now on to the next one.
There's no next one. Just fall straight down. As long as you don't just strangely fall into the pit 3 times, we have Isma's tear. There we go.
Oh, neat. She's like growing out of the tree thing.
Dead bug lady growing into the wall.
They shall be repelled. Swim in acidic waters without causing any harm. Hooray!
Yeah. So now you can swim. Just jump in and go to the right.
Go this way?
Yeah.
Is there nothing the other way?
There is. I mean, it's just the way back. But there's something up here, if I recall correctly. Boom.
You belong to me!
You are my grub now. The grub father will never know about this. Yeah, you would have just hit a wall. Yeah, so this is a shortcut back.
Hooray. So that's it. That's all we needed.
Yep. So let's... Let's see here. Yeah. You know what I think we should do?
Put J-Lo in National Treasure.
Yes. So now you want to talk about J-Lo.
And I don't, because we know that it would be great. Maid of Manhattan's one of the best movies that ever existed. It defined a generation. What if we put Adam Sandler in the National Treasure?
You can't just make me forget that you said Maid in Manhattan was a good movie.
What? You didn't like it?
No.
Why not? Give me 2 reasons. Actually, give me 3.
You don't have to have 3 reasons. I hated it. It was vapid. It had no content worth my time. The acting was not very good. J-Lo is not very good as an actress. Insert all the other everything that I could possibly say. I just don't. A rom-com to be worth my time, and it's not hard to be worth my time, right? It has to be well performed and not just falling back on every trope of the genre to me.
Sure.
I like The Holiday.
I like The Holiday.
I like Notting Hill. What?
There's a moment in The Holiday where she's running, and then she stops, and she's like... and then, like, gets back up, and... That's, the realest moment. Oh, my God.
So funny.
Where are we going next?
We need to go to Deep Nest. We gotta do it.
Okay.
We have roughly, I mean, I don't know how long you want to go today. How long do you want to go?
I go to like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so we have about another 45 minutes on Hollow Knight if you want.
Sure.
So we've got time to go fuck with Deep Nest, at least to get to the bench.
Okay.
So I think we should do that. But let's go into the map. And zoom over towards it. I want to figure out what the easiest way to get there.
Queen Station? Go down into it?
I think it's got to be Queen Station.
I could also go to Mantis Village.
Yeah, but there's no...
Yeah. Queen Station.
So we'd have to go to Queen Station anyway.
Okay.
And we can try. I don't know. I don't think we can go that way. But we can give it a go.
Which way?
There.
Oh.
Like, because theoretically that looks like it goes to Deep Nest, but I don't know what's there. I don't remember. But we could go through the Mantis Village as well. So that's totally up to you.
Queen Station, here we come.
Yeah.
This thinks I'm still in the store.
Well, yeah, it's because you're in an area that's not technically on the map. There you go. Yeah, so...
I do like Magic Noodle.
I think she asked if you lick Magic Noodle.
Yeah, I do lick it.
I lick Noodle.
Many noodle I lick.
Have you ever licked Noodle?
Ooh.
Because...
Yum, yum.
It's good.
Yum, yum, lick noodle. So, hey, fun story.
Okay.
I started watching this new ASMR person on YouTube.
Oh boy, I always love these.
Cause did I tell you about this one yet? Her name is Ling Ling.
No.
So she's like a Chinese ASMR person, and so
Okay.
some of her videos are in Chinese and some of them are in.
I bet the Chinese ASMR would be the most potent because you don't speak it. Because so you don't have to get distracted by what they're saying. You can just like really like let the tone of their voice and the sound affect you.
So this kind of circles back to how we were talking about YouTube intros.
Oh no. What's her YouTube intro?
Very,
Madeline is not on board.
yeah, yeah. Madeline's like, I'm done. So she literally says it every video on purpose.
Okay.
But she goes, welcome back.
Got it.
Yep. And
Cool.
then you can read all the comments. If she doesn't say it, every comment is me clicks new video, and then Ling Ling, hello everybody, and I die. YouTube comments are just the trash.
I know.
All right, where are we going? Queen Station.
Queen Station. Take me to the Queen Station. You are gonna love Deep Nest.
Welcome.
Oh my god. All right.
'Kay.
So I guess we're gonna go figure out what we can do with that
To Fog
place we haven't
Canyon?
been.
Fog Canyon?
No, we're gonna.
Got it. We're swooping.
We're swooping.
We're swooping.
All right, everyone. People, we're swooping. We're swooping.
Did I tell you that I had to sing in Chinese in high school?
No, but that sounds fun.
It was fun. It was.
Were there any Chinese people actually singing with you, or is it a bunch of white people singing Chinese?
Oh, Andy, I went to school in Montana.
Yeah,
What
cool.
what
So
do
white
you
people
think?
singing Chinese. Tight.
No, we had one Chinese person.
Tight.
Zhenjua.
So tight.
Zhenjua.
Yep. Okay. Tight.
That's not her name anymore. She's married. So, anyway, but so she's the one who made sure that we all did the Z's as the Jua, right? So we knew how to correctly pronounce it. But we also had tapes. So for choir for 2 months, it was tapes. But so the reason we did it is because it was Chinese Olympics year.
Oh yeah.
And we made All Northwest, which was in Vancouver, BC. So we sang 2 songs in Mandarin, which was crazy and super fun, actually.
Yeah.
And nothing not like culturally appropriated Chinese, but this one that was like just a song in Chinese.
Sure.
It wasn't like us trying to like put on costumes and bull crap like that. Because my choir teacher's from South Africa, so he was pretty woke.
Right, as every person from South Africa tends to be.
Disagree.
They've never had trouble with racism.
How dare you?
Ever. Not once. Was your choir teacher black or white?
Oh, he was.
White. Okay, cool. So
But he was
Dutch,
really
South African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was really like, we can't do that.
Right.
We can't do that.
Yeah. Cool. So he's South African and woke. Fair enough. I mean, that's like not like a crazy thing. It's just also South Africa has so many problems.
It's true. This is also 2008 in Montana, so.
Yeah, so even worse.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
have I ever told you? I mean, I don't know. We've talked about this, and I know you and I have talked about this, but like we're I have a degree in Japanese.
Yes.
So you go the other way.
I want to see what's up there.
Oh, good call. I don't know that you can make it without using that one.
Got it.
Yeah, there you go. I hate those things.
We're good.
Nothing. I think something can be there.
Okay, eventually.
Yeah. But I have a degree in Japanese, and I was a part of a show when I was in college that went to. It was like designed as like a little bit of a touring show. Oh, okay. So this is just a dead end for a charm. Okay. So we do need to go back to Mansion Village.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So.
What charm is that?
It's actually kind of cool. If you have it equipped, it only costs 1 notch. When you focus to heal, it creates a cloud of spores around you that damage enemies.
Oh.
And the cloud of spores will hang around for like 10-15 seconds after you're done healing. It doesn't damage them a ton, but like it's sustained damage while they stand there. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I use it sometimes. It's useful on certain bosses if you're having trouble. Sounds like the worms are saying woo me, and it's so cute. Yeah, that's fair. I like the grubs a lot. I know Shane hates their father, but you know the sins of the father don't have to represent the sins of the...
Woof. How dare you.
Yeah, so when I was in college, we did a show that was like designed. It was like a program where like the show would normally go to, it would perform at college, and then we would take it to a venue in New York, and then take it to a venue in England, outside of London. And it was like a, like a little bit of a tour.
We going to the Fringe?
It wasn't a Fringe thing.
It wasn't a Fringe thing?
No, it was like our own thing that we put together with various contacts our school had. And it was a cool opportunity, right? So
yeah, it's a super cool opportunity.
The year that I did it, we also went to Japan. And I think that decision was partly made because the contacts that the person who was running it, like they'd grown some contacts with some people in Japan, and partly because they knew they had me and my friend Kyle in the theater department at the time, and we were both Japanese students.
Okay.
And the kicker was that when we were going to be in Japan, we were going to perform all the shows in Japanese. Only 2 of us spoke Japanese.
Oh, no.
The others, in a way that you are familiar with, having had to learn a Chinese song, had to learn the same shows in English. So they already knew what the translation meant because we learned the plays in English, right? So it was like short plays. And so they knew the English script, but they had to learn the script in Japanese. And so basically all they had to do was they just had to learn sounds.
Yeah.
So we had somebody who is like related to the Japanese department like do a good translation of our shows, and then we like recorded it for them, and they just had to learn the sounds, and then we would like let them know when they were grievously making horrible mistakes in pronunciation. But like, how bananas is it to like do a whole performance and you're like, I know what the lines are in English, so I know how to like deliver this kind of, but I'm just saying sounds I memorized.
Yeah.
And there's no like in English there's touchstones. You know what words are supposed to be, and you can like normal speech like get them out, and you know when you've said something wrong. But like if they're practicing and they say something different and they don't realize they've made a minute change, they'll like keep that going because they don't know what's wrong because they have no context in Japanese.
Of course.
And so like we had to really be on them and be like, you're saying like sasewaru instead of saseruwa. Like you've swapped syllables. And they're like, I didn't even know I was doing that because I don't fucking know Japanese. And I'm like, yeah, well, you are, and it doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the thing that you think it means, right? Like
So yeah, it was crazy. But when we were there, we performed it in Kobe, and the people who were there watching us do that show like went nuts. Like they thought it was so dope that we were doing it in Japanese. And we had a play that my friend Aaron had written. It was hysterical. It was like the whole thing is like a cowboy showdown situation, you know, where like the old cowboy's sitting there and like another cowboy shows up, and
I would watch that in Japanese
the young hotshot kid, you know, and like it was this whole like ridiculous showdown, and they're like getting ready to like throw down, and then they whip out Pokemon cards and they do Pokemon battle. It's like cowboys playing Pokemon instead, and like they're like doing the whole. It's like freaking cowboy anime. All of a sudden, they're like, "I bring out Pikachu," you know, like this whole stupid show. And
that doesn't sound stupid to me.
No, it was really funny, but we did it completely in Japanese, which like doing cowboys, and then it turns into Pokemon, and it's in Japanese, and we're doing it in Japan. Like they like flipped their shit. They were like hilarious. They thought it was so funny. Yeah, it was really great. But we had a lot of fun. And it's also just really, I don't know, like on a nerd level, it's really satisfying to like narrate a Pokemon battle in Japanese while you're wearing cowboy outfits. Like, so fucking stupid. And
that sounds amazing.
You know, so like, you know, normally we'd be like, I evolved Cubone into Marowak, and it's like kara Nishinka, and you're like, that's way more satisfying.
Yep.
Also, Cubone in Japanese is kara, and Marowak is gata. They just changed the non-voice consonants to voice consonants, and they thought that was good enough. Kara, gata.
There's still puns though, right? Like the names are still...
I think so. I think that they have to do with onomatopoeias, because that's the shape that all onomatopoeias take in Japanese. They're like two short repeated words. Like Pikachu is 2 onomatopoeias, sort of portmanteaued. So pika means shiny or like flashy. And chew is the sound of, it's like a mouse, like a mouse, and so it's like, you know, it's like flashy mouse, right? But it's like it's onomatopoetic instead of like literally the name being Flash Mouse. It's like sound. You know what I mean?
Because that's all they say is their name.
Right, exactly. And so they have most Yeah, why are the spikes moving?
Because they're bugs.
Because they're just awful masses of mindless bugs. It's terrible and horrifying. But onomatopoeias in Japanese are fascinating to me because they don't have to be sounds.
Keto, keto.
That's a cute one.
Yeah, I like that one.
But
Neko, neko.
well, that's not actually an onomatopoeia.
Is
Neko
it?
means cat.
Oh, I thought it was.
Cats go nya nya.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What's the dog one?
One. But the thing that I love about them is that they don't have to literally be sounds. They have onomatopoeias for things that would make, like the sound something would make if it made a sound. Like shiny. Shiny doesn't have a sound, but it's pika.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
They use it like an onomatopoeia, like if you're reading manga or something, for instance, and they like write in the sound effects, like something shiny, they'll have like pika around it, and it's yes, this is Deep Nest Battle. And I do think that's really cool, and they have a bunch of those. But we have similar things. We have words in English that are kind of onomatopoetic, or we can make it that way by saying them in a certain way. I would say the word gleam is kind of onomatopoetic.
Is this wrong? Did I go the wrong way?
No, this is just for money. You got to go back now, though. There's no wrong ways. Up and around, up through there. So you can't go up there now, so you got to go around. Yeah, exactly. And then over that, and up down.
Got it. So I was.
And so we have the word gleam in English, which is a word about light and shining, right? Something is gleaming, but I think it also has an onomatopoetic quality to it. That word, something gleam.
It evokes like a twinkle.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think we have things like that, but they're not as explicit as they are in Japanese.
Really? It's not like specific in Japanese.
No, they are specific. I mean, it's more specific in Japanese. Like they just have explicit onomatopoeias for things, and it's like that's the sound it makes. Whereas we don't really have a lot of not like subjective onomatopoeias. We have onomatopoeias for things that actually make sound.
Sure.
We don't have a ton of onomatopoeias for things that don't actually make sound, but like this is the sound they would make if they did.
Got it.
And they do that in Japanese, which I think is really dope.
Very
But what I also like is there's sort of an internal logic with some of their onomatopoeias and how they work. Because here's my favorite one. Sorry, you being an actor are familiar with the concept of voiced and unvoiced consonants, probably like K versus G, and F and V. And so they will have onomatopoeias like 2 levels. They'll have like 2 levels of the same onomatopoeia for like an intense version of the same one, where it's like the rain sound effect. Like the sound of rain is sa in Japanese. So like that's the onomatopoeia. It's like sa.
Oh.
Sa.
Oh, it just.
And heavy rain is sa. Sa. Right. So they voice the consonant to imply intensity, like more of it.
Sure.
So, like that's the logic behind kata kata to gata gata for Cubone and Marowak. Like it's like I don't know. It's a cool internal logic thing that makes sense to me. Madeline says, if you write or draw something 6 times, what would you say about that thing?
Like in Japanese?
I don't know what that means.
In terms of onomatopoeia?
I don't know if it's based on our conversation or not. I don't know what you mean.
Is that based on our conversation?
But I just went off on a huge tangent about onomatopoeias, but I think they're so fun.
Is this a fight?
No.
Why not?
It's just a tall room. You can fall back down through this and end up here. This is just a tall area that you need to climb up. Fun.
Getting on my soul.
Love it.
Getting on my soul. These are the things at the bottom of the sea.
Anyway, I find stuff like that really fascinating, and I like there is a certain.
I love hearing about it.
There is a certain kind of internal logic that
God.
a lot of Japanese functions by, And they have their own weird stuff like English, but I think English is like 60 to 70% weird stuff. And
Andy, why is this happening?
Because I don't know, because there's a lot of bugs. I just don't understand your question, Madeline. Like, what would I say about a thing if I wrote it or drew it 6 times? I'd just say that I got better at it. I don't know.
Yeah. Practice.
Nice. Rocking it. But yeah, they have a nice logic. Like the way we conjugate verbs in English makes no sense. Like at all.
Can I?
There's no
Wait, I need to
rhyme
level,
or reason.
I need to level you. Wait a minute.
Conjugating a verb. So
It's not something they taught us in Montana school.
well, they don't really. It's a weird thing. Like we don't. I think what stinks about American education, specifically in the things that I care about, is that we don't actually teach ourselves our own language in the context that makes it helpful to learn other languages.
Sure.
Like we teach parts of speech like subject, object, verb, etc., but we don't.
Even that was like just barely.
Yeah,
touched
just
upon.
barely. But we don't teach things like gerunds, and we don't teach things like conjugations and naming our tenses, like present, future perfect, and like pluperfect, and all this other stuff. Like we don't teach that, and because we don't have a framework for understanding how our own language works in those terms, it's like an extra step harder when we have to learn how other languages work, because you can't be like, oh yeah, it's like the future perfect tense in English, and they're like, I don't know what that is in English, I just know how to speak English.
Yeah, for
sure. So there's no like common framework that we all know that we can start from. So it's almost like you have to teach a little linguistics first before you can teach another language, because Americans never learned how to deal with that with English.
Got it.
Anyway, conjugating a verb is taking a verb and putting it into another tense, like eat, ate, was eaten. You know what I mean? It's the same word, but we are using it in a different context to talk about like time, who's doing it. You know, it's the way the shape of a verb will change depending on how you're using it and in what context.
Awesome.
A lot of times, in certain languages, there's very little conjugation that happens. You just say the word, and by context, you understand it. But in English, we have, like I was saying, like I eat, you eat, he eats, I am eating, I was eating. Eating is the gerund form of the verb. It's the noun form. Like, what do you like to do? I like eating.
Ah, okay.
So the gerund is a noun form. So it's the concept of eating. But it, like in English, the gerund is also like is eating implies like in progress, the sort of continual form. And like it's the same. Like is eating contains eating, but it's not like it's weird. Like we have like this weird overlap in some of our conjugations that like can make things confusing for people.
Got it.
In Japanese, every verb fits into one of well, technically 3 categories, but basically 2 categories. And there are hard and fast rules. And you know that like basically you learn a word and you can kind of intuit what category it lives in, and you know exactly how it conjugates for every single context because it follows rules, and the words don't violate the rules ever. And I think that's super awesome, and it's really helpful when you're learning to have touchstones, because there are words in English that make absolutely no sense, and they do strange things. Like you have to just sort of went, oh well, that's that word, and it's spelled like this for no reason. Well, there is a reason, but it's because it comes from Greek.
17 other languages.
It comes from Greek, and then like the priests in such and such a year decided that they wanted to make things like more consistent across the board, but they did it in a weird arbitrary way, and so now we have this, whatever. It's like you have to have a history class to learn why certain words do the things that they do. Yeah. And in Japanese, it's like, no, this word sounds like this, so we conjugate it like this, and that's just how it is. That being said, their writing system is bananas and way too complicated. But I just mean like speaking and the actual words makes total sense.
Should I go down and over?
You should go over, probably. I mean, we're generally going up, but there's like branching pathways. Did you fall? I wasn't paying attention.
Like down into the tube?
Yeah.
No, so I went up and it was up in the fungal. It took me to the fungal wastes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like you go to another zone. So I should be going down and to the left, is what it looks like, right?
Potentially.
I feel like that is correct.
Potentially. Let me pull up can you go to the left?
I could go this way and then to the left.
True. I mean, let's yeah. I mean, give it a go. Let me pull up the map of Deep Nest. I could blather on for like 13 million years about this stuff. I just, I get down a hole and I just get into a weird.
You will get no complaints from me about this.
You're right. That's the way that you want to be going.
Down and to the left.
Yep.
Okay. It made sense after I was like, this isn't correct. Down another one?
Yep. Down another one. I don't know. I love, and I'm not trying to paint Japanese like with some sort of perfectly logical language that never deviates from the rules that it sets. Like it definitely does. And you need to do that, especially when you get into colloquialisms. And there's lots of, to my personal opinion, like needless complications that it introduces based on relative status of who you are and who you're talking to. English is the most complicated language there is.
True.
But I think everything is relative depending on what language you're coming from. Because if you're coming from English...
This isn't anything?
Ooh, yeah, you can't go up there. Look at the map again. We want to go down.
Okay, cool.
Down's the only way to go.
Can we take like a 2-minute break?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back.
We're back.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna sip my water. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Shiny, 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 shiny.
Shout out to Starbucks.
No. Not sponsored, not affiliated.
And yet we're drinking Starbucks, and you have a Starbucks mug.
It's convenient.
It is convenient.
I'm like, if a random little mom and pop coffee place was next to you with a drive-through,
Yeah.
I would have gone there. But unfortunately, there's a Starbucks every 5 feet here.
True story. All right, so we're going down. Down, down. You're gonna like what we find when we go down. I guarantee it.
Nasty.
Anyway, to put a cap on my thought process. To put a cap on it, I mostly think that English is crazy, and if you come from a significantly simpler language, English can seem like weird black magic. But if you come from a language that's also complicated, like say other languages based on the same ones that English is based on, it's not as this place gives you.
Troll level. Oh my god.
Fell immediately directly back into it.
Troll Mario Maker right now.
Like, I think that, there's a reason most people in Europe also speak English. There are 2 reasons. Shane.
I pushed the jump button, Andy. Don't even. I pushed it. You heard it click clack. Watch, rewind the tape.
Okay.
You can hear it go click clack.
But it's obviously... English is spoken all over the place because it's for business, because America is just a horrifying business juggernaut, as is the UK. Hey, walk over to the left. You see?
Why is that happening? What is that?
That's a good question.
It just lives there? You can never get to it?
You can get to it, but not from here, and not immediately.
Why is that a thing?
Good question. I won't tell you. Isn't it fucked? It's so terrifying. But also, if you already speak like French or German or one of these other languages, like English isn't so crazy, right? Like, we have a lot of overlap. Latin-based languages, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, I can remember the vocabulary because there's some shared DNA, and like, some of these words sound similar.
Yeah, the prefixes and suffixes
are
similar.
It's not as bad. It is so tough when you're coming from a Western language to an Eastern language, or vice versa, because there's no overlap. So I would not suggest you do this right now.
Why?
Because there is
am I going to the thing?
Yes. Well, you're going forward. I suggest you go backward for a second.
Over here?
Up and around. And the reason... Well, actually, I might be talking out of my ass, but... I might actually be talking out of my ass.
You are talking out of your ass.
There's no other way. Okay. So you were going the only way possible. Ignore me. When you take Japanese as an American, and you take several years or like a couple years in high school or whatever, if you're taking Spanish, there you go.
You can get here without the thing. Because this is acid,
nowhere.
right?
This is not acid. This just filled up your life and your whatever.
Shut up, that's amazing.
It's a hot spring.
You're a hot spring.
Damn right.
Bench.
Yep. So go right first just to explore, and then left is progression.
Right to explore, left is progression.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Oh my god, remember whenever I got a bench?
Yeah.
What is that bench up there that I didn't see?
That's so that room unlocked because you've been in the room technically, but that's the place you couldn't go vertical through.
Got it. That's progression.
That's progression. But you couldn't. When you take Spanish in high school, you can get conversational in a couple years of high school Spanish. You can start talking. You can have conversations in the classroom where the teacher is just speaking Spanish at you. And
See, in La Porta.
See, I don't even speak any Spanish. I don't know what the hell you just said.
That's like that's bad Spanish for close the door.
Sweet. But in Japanese, that's way less likely because you have to spend so much more time than any American learning Spanish, for instance, spending time learning the writing system. Because in Spanish, it's just our writing system with a couple extra little floopies on top.
Yeah.
In Japanese, there's two entire new 46 character alphabets that you need to know. So this is a challenge area if you don't want to do it.
Of course it is.
But it's up to you. I think at the end there is a vessel fragment or a mask fragment.
If I don't do it on the first try, we're leaving.
Okay, you might not. Heal, for Christ's sake. You're gonna just... I guess we're right next to a bench, but you get hurt and you fall into a pit, and that's both of your last masks. But yeah, there's two entirely new 46 character alphabets you have to learn immediately. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing in class?
You son of... Okay, now we're leaving.
And then you got to start learning kanji, and you have to know to be literate enough to read a newspaper in Japan. I know that's like people don't read newspapers anymore, but like it's still like a good word of thumb or rule of thumb. To be literate enough to read a newspaper in Japan, you have to know something like 3,000 characters, maybe even 3,500 individual kanji, these Chinese characters, and that's insane.
Should I go across?
Yes. Down, I think. Yeah, that's where you want to go. So that's nuts. That's so many. Compared to the 26 letters we have in our alphabet that do the whole job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so many. We're not going to be able to do anything down here, I'm now realizing. This is a place that's blocked off until we have an ability later.
For this one?
Mm-hmm.
I can't just, like, bash down into it?
Nope. The ability lets you get through this.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to split your time like 50-50 between learning actually the spoken language and vocab and how to write the damn thing. And so it's almost like compared to any other Latin-based language you might learn as an American, you take like twice as long to get the same amount of progress in an Eastern language if you start from zero. You know, it's crazy. And after getting a degree in college, I still only knew like several hundred, like pushing 1,000 Chinese characters at the time, like after a degree in college, because there's so much. If it was my only language and I was learning it from when I was a kid and I was taking kanji classes in, late elementary and into middle school, like, yeah. But I ended up the equivalent of like a 7th grader by the time I got out of college.
Don't they have
in terms of like not in terms of speaking? Like I was pretty good at speaking, but like the written language. You know.
I thought they had a simplified.
No.
I like that I can come here and film and stuff.
Damn right.
It's because they know it's coming.
Yeah, so the only thing that you didn't see if you went all the way right, there wasn't going to be a way for you to use it, was a tram station. So there is a tram station over there that once we have the tram pass, we can go back and use it. So just sort of remember that if we need to. But this is progression. Have fun with Deep Nest. We got another like 15 minutes at least to play Hollow Knight.
Make it through. Don't even worry.
We're going to be okay. But you are going to have a great time. Guaranteed.
You're such a bitch. I'm mad that you're talking to me like that.
I'm not talking to you like that specifically. I hate this zone. This zone is like the worst.
What is going on here?
Nice. Well spotted. I don't even remember what's over here. I think this might be...
Me moo, me moo, me moo.
I guess that's all it is.
All it is.
Just kidding.
Yes. Remember when we played Star Wars?
Yes, I do.
That was fun.
Ah. You want to do this right now? We totally can.
No, I don't want to fight it.
Yeah.
Why would I fight it?
Let's do it.
No, I don't
We're
know.
here. Let's do it.
I don't. Andy.
It's my...
It's going to kill me.
Maybe, but we just sat down at a bench.
It's gone now.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I hate this.
This is so good. I love this. It's like the coolest atmospheric. Like, I mean, spoiler alert, it's a boss. You can already tell.
I mean, clearly.
But like, I can't think of a lead up to a boss that I remember more than this one. Of like seeing yourself. It's so creepy and amazing. Grabs. Same.
I just want to know what he was looking at. Twins.
You should use your dream nail on some of the dead bodies you find.
Do you think you can catch it?
No, you can't. It's impossible. Shortcut unlocked. For when we do this boss run again.
You don't know.
I don't know. But
There have been many bosses that I have almost killed the first time.
Madeline, I think this boss is easy too, but it's easy if you kind of know a cheesing trick. And Shane's going in blind, so we're going to see.
My name's Andy. I cheat.
Don't look at the chat. Mm-hmm.
You know me, I never look at the chat.
I know.
It was fake. It was a gross fake puppet. It's just like a spider or something. I'm so angry. You know I hate spiders. I hate spiders more than anything.
Welcome to Deep Nest.
No.
Nos.
Ew. Ew. So I can just keep doing this and just hit him from below?
Pretty much. It's not always going to be foolproof, but the ledge, the under spot here is the cheese strat.
Oh, God, I jumped into the orange.
Oh God, why would you do that?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are you doing? Why would you leave that? He couldn't hit you there. You know you're safe under the ledges.
Well, no, but I thought that if he was like coming at me, then like
Nah, he just runs.
Oh, so I can still stay there.
Yeah, just stay there.
Oh, shut up. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's do it.
It's so easy.
This is how we're ending today. I'm beating Nosk.
Hell yeah. We can actually beat a boss today. That's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
No, I love Nosk. I love Nosk because he's not...
I forgot how I got there. Okay.
Yeah, you just go through the...
This? What was
You happen
that?
to see that?
That was like a baby Nosk?
No.
What was that?
Well, sometimes when you kill these enemies,
Nosk reanimates them.
a spider comes out of it. And their dead body starts moving around.
I hate this. This is the worst part of this game.
Yeah. This is Deep Nest.
This is the worst, most disgusting garbage part of this game. I'm so mad you brought me here.
You haven't even seen all the spiders yet.
I hate you.
There's like 5 different spider enemy types in this zone.
Hate you, Andy. I hate you.
Oh God.
I will never forgive you.
I love the Nox fight. Because I love it because of the intro. What a bitch. I just love the intro. I love seeing him having to go through that whole area and coming upon this room with all the hanging things and watching him like erupt out of his
Disgusting.
horrible little body. I love it.
I love this.
Yeah.
Every boss should have a thing like this.
No, they shouldn't.
This is bad game design. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, only sometimes.
He totally can just run into him. He's gonna do it again.
Okay. Well, you'll have. All right. So now you can move out of there.
Phase 2. Give more phases.
Yeah, he drops from above.
Spider. I hate.
Okay, watch that. That fail.
It'll be fine.
No, it wasn't fine last
Everything was
time.
gonna be fine, Andy.
No, it wasn't. Demonstrably not.
Demonstrably.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna drop down.
I thought I could zoom away.
Yeah, you were close. You're gonna be okay.
I don't know why. I
don't either.
panicked.
I have
panicked.
no idea why.
I panicked. He's doing the thing again. Mom.
Okay, just stay there.
Mom.
David?
David.
David Boreanaz, please help.
David. David, I loved you in Bones, David. He's almost done. Fine. I decided he was.
I noticed.
Oh, I can see where he is with the smoke. Okay. All right. Yep. Is it getting dark in here?
No.
It's getting dark in this room, Andy. You're lying to me. Spiders make it dark. We were talking about my like super irrational spiders.
No. Okay.
Okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
I saw you poop your pants, Andy.
I didn't poop.
Y'all done poop your pants?
Anyway, I spent most of the stream just yakking about Japanese, but
okay.
I really liked my time learning. I kind of lament the fact that I don't have a lot of those skills anymore. I still have good listening comprehension sometimes, but and I have a lot of the writing. Like, there's some of that stuff you're just never gonna forget, but like ease of conversation is still really tough. I don't have that anymore. That's the thing. That's the first thing that goes when you don't use any language. Of course, just being able to like at will just vomit out the language.
One of my recommended videos on YouTube yesterday was some dude in
Holy crap!
somewhere, I don't know, somewhere they were speaking Chinese, and he was speaking Chinese on the street to vendors, and he was just like some white dude, and he would start in English, and be like, oh, we can't understand each other, and then like switch to Mandarin like seamlessly, just to see the reactions or whatever.
Austin says his German is like that too. Yeah, I believe it. It's tough to stay. It's tough to stay up on it when you don't have the opportunity to constantly use it. That's why people say that when you learn a language, you should go and spend time there for a while. Nice dodge. Like, otherwise it won't cement. Like, there's a reality to that. Get him. Yeah.
Spider Daddy.
You gotta be close. This is a really creepy boss arena. I like it a lot.
That's a really creepy boss.
Yeah. The noise he makes is really weird and otherworldly. It's like steam escaping from a pipe.
Ah, you tricked me.
I wish he'd stop doing this move.
He jumps on the ceiling.
Yeah. Nice. Double hit.
Dead. Andy, what's
He's
happening?
over there. He just hasn't. Yeah. Here he comes.
I know this is riveting to watch, but
Well, we're gonna beat him. We're gonna beat him, and it's how this fight goes. It's how this fight goes if you. Okay.
you waste.
Okay. Watch out. Okay, you're fine. Nice.
Andy 2020. We're gonna beat him. That's how this fight goes. We're gonna beat him.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no. Bad spot.
Boop, boop, boop.
Nice.
Haha! Trash.
I'm amazed at how many hits he's taken.
Well, I don't have a powered up nail. You probably have a fancy nail by the time you get here.
Well, I haven't actually fought this fight in a long time. I didn't fight him on either of my most recent runs. I just got the hell out of Deep Nest without doing it. Uh-oh.
Oh, why did I move?
Well, you wouldn't have been safe.
I think I would have been safe.
No. You wouldn't have.
You have little faith.
He's
doing this a lot.
Yeah, he is. He knows he's almost dead. Oh my god, buddy. You're being a real Emma Stone right now.
RNG.
You one trick
This
pony.
RNG, brah. He's trying to bait me out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Holy shit.
Maybe this is all he does to be able to fight.
Maybe.
Come on, poop on me.
I guess it is all he's gonna do right now. You gotta stay near where he's gonna end up. Oh, well, alright.
What a piece of shit.
An asshole. Oh! You didn't heal and you didn't hit him. What were you doing?
I was trying to react to what he was gonna do.
Nice. Good hits.
Really, Shane. Really trash. Really, Shane.
You're not trash.
Bad at this
You're
game.
you're doing well.
Andy, shh, I cannot die right now.
Heal. What are you doing? Okay. I can't think of another fight. So so something fun about Nosk is that later,
He's doing two now. He's doing two. Oh my god, he freaked me out.
Later in the game, there's that boss rush DLC I told you about. There's a version of Nosk in the last bit of it. You stupid bitch.
How dare you? How dare you? Oh my god, I'm so angry. I don't want to do this again.
There's a version of the boss fight that you get later that's called Winged Nosk. and you fight him in the middle of like one of the big boss rush gauntlets. And yeah, I mean it is what it says on the tin. It's Nosk and he flies around. Uh-oh.
Oh my god!
Shane,
Why did it happen?
Stop tapping the button, Shane! Oh my god. You're so panicked. We're taking a break. We're taking a 4-minute break. We're walking away. When we come back, we're going to play Yakuza. We'll fight Nosk next time. Shane's got to put the controller down. Poor buddy. Poor buddy. Pour one out for Shane. We can't just get a powered nail. We need the stuff for it. Actually, how are we doing? We don't even have any pale ore. So, yeah, we can't just do that. We'd have to go looking for stuff. We're already here.
So many hits. You took like 30 hits.
I think we just took like 5 years off Shane's life.
Remember when he just kept going on the ceiling for 10 minutes straight?
Yeah. We can come back for Nosk. We don't have to do it next time we play. We can skip him for now.
I want to fucking destroy him.
All right. Well, the next time we play, next time we stream, probably next week, we're gonna fight Nosk again. We're not done streaming. We're gonna switch games. We're gonna play Yakuza 0. We're gonna get into that, and we'll be back in a few minutes.